As humans, there are times when we feel these unpleasant emotions: irritation, anger, depression, sadness, irk. We feel frustrated, we feel embarrassed. There are times when we feel hateful, anxiety, guilt, envy, nervous, and other forms of negative emotions. It is important for us to learn how to appropriately express ourselves in the midst of these emotions without the goal of hurting the other person. When you get to a level in life when you can only feel better because the other person is feeling pain, then you've acquired a lot of weaknesses. We should get to a level where we can feel better from all of these unpleasant feelings without hurting someone else or without seeing someone else in pain. And so I'm going to give you a few tips that would help you express what you're feeling, because sometimes we really want to express what you're feeling without hurting or inflicting pain on the other person. The first and most important emotional intelligence strategy would be for you to be aware of the moment that you're feeling this unpleasant emotion and take a pause. Now, that is very important, because the pause is the space between what you're feeling and what you want to express. In the midst of that pause, so many things can happen. For some situation, it's a 1 minute pause. For some situation, it's a 1 hour pause, a 1 day pause, a 1 week pause, a 1 month pause. I don't know the situation. This pause I'm talking about gives you the opportunity to stay away from the emotion and think before you act, rather than auto-run your action, which is usually going to be the same thing every time you feel that unpleasant emotion. You must increase your capacity to take a pause where you are not expressing at the speed of the event. When you are able to take a pause, then you'll be able to do every other thing that I'll be sharing as we go along in this video. The second most important tip or strategy would be that you should consider the right place and the right time. Expressing your unpleasant emotion to the other person requires the right conducive environment for the both of you to listen to each other as you express. A lot of times, chat, for example, cannot carry the weight of the communication that you want to express. So expressing your unpleasant emotions by chatting might not be effective enough for that situation that you're in. So consider the time. Sometimes it is not good for you to express at the speed of the event. You want to give a few minutes and then express. Sometimes some situations are best expressed outside the office, not inside the office. Other times, other situations will require you to address the person privately rather than publicly. So consider the time before you start expressing. Always ask yourself, is this the right time? And is this the right place? That would guide you in expressing yourself appropriately. Number 3 would be that you avoid the use of you when you are expressing what you're feeling, and always use the word I. It is your emotion. It is not their emotion. You are the one feeling irritated. You are the one feeling angry. You are the one feeling frustrated, irrespective of what is happening in the environment. So you have to take responsibility for that feeling by saying, I feel irritated with what is going on. Not you make me feel irritated. No, at that time, you are no longer taking responsibility for your emotion. You are blaming the person for making you feel. You need to understand, if you follow my classes, you would know that people don't make you feel. You feel because of what people do. And that emotion you're feeling at that time, frustration, anger, irrespective of what it is, somebody else in that situation might not feel what you're feeling. So it is your emotion. So you use I feel irritated. I feel angry by what is going on or by the event of yesterday. That would be a good way to express yourself without inflicting pain on the other person. Number 4, you need to avoid insults and personal attacks. Using derogatory words, personal attacks, insult, and trampling on other people would be counterproductive to what you want to achieve, simply because you want to express your unpleasant emotions. Don't say to people, you're stupid, you're unserious, you're a failure, you make us fail and all of that. No, you probably should say, I'm doing my part of the job, but your part of the job that is not being done is not making us achieve the goal. You can also say, we've got a time slot to make this work, but your time preference is not aligning with the time that was given to us to get this job done. We would need you to adjust your preference in terms of timing, because it is making me feel terrible that we are not achieving the goal that we've been told to achieve. Another very counterproductive way of expressing your unpleasant emotion is stonewalling or silent treatment. When you give people silent treatment, you are elongating the unpleasant emotion that you're feeling, and you're probably also elongating the situation that you're in, and you guys are not moving forward. Refusing to answer phone calls, refusing to answer chat, and avoiding the person because you want to give the person silent treatment produces nothing. It keeps everybody where they are, it sustains the unpleasant emotion, and it is counterproductive. If you're not ready to talk now, you can communicate and say, I am not ready to talk now, please give me some days. Then the other person understands, hopefully will be able to respect the fact that you're not ready to talk now, but you have communicated. Silent treatment is terrible when it comes to expressing your unpleasant emotions. Communicate. Another one would be blaming and accusing others as you express your unpleasant emotions. Yes, I know you don't feel very good, but saying things like, you are the reason we failed, you are unserious, and you don't ever allow us to achieve anything good in this team is now blaming and attacking the other person. Another very important communication style to avoid when expressing your unpleasant emotion would be to physically attack and violate other people's rights. No, you can't push, you can't hit, you can't give somebody a punch simply because you want to express your unpleasant emotion. No, you have to stay away from physical attack and assault. Express yourself with communication rather than physical attack and violation of other people's rights. You can't even trample on other people by telling them, wait, you can't talk. You can't say, no, you can't stand up. You have to sit down when I'm talking. You're trampling on people's rights. And that is not a good way of expressing your unpleasant emotions. So avoid all of these in expressing your unpleasant emotion, and most likely you'll be expressing in a constructive way. Be respectful, don't be insultive, don't be physical, and take responsibility for your emotions and for the words that you're saying. Say it in such a way that people would not come back to blame you for what you have said simply because you want to express an unpleasant emotion. And lastly, do not do it with the goal of inflicting pain and hurt on others.